Yes, designing the research. This is our next topic, how to design your research. Okay. First of all, research design has comprises of three important steps. Number one is research design. Then number two is sampling and data collection. Number three is data analysis and interpretation. So these are the three important steps, or you can say these are the three important process of doing research. Now, how you will going to design the research? Okay, simply it is an overall strategy or plan. Okay, and which guide the investigation. It includes the methods, techniques, and produce procedures used to collect, analyze, and interpret data. So, effective research ensure the students or studies validity, reliability, ability to answer the research question. Okay, so this is the process of doing research. Research doing not only stick to one principle, that is you need to go or follow many references, many journals, many books and all, but the first important thing you need to be is to collect the technique. You need to know the method through which. मैम थोड़ा आवाज आ रही है, प्लीज आप थोड़ा सा वॉइस म्यूट कर दीजिएगा. हाँ, it includes the methods, techniques and procedures used to collect, analyze and interpret data. Okay, so data means research cannot be stick to only one area. That is, you need to study, you need to do your research, you need to do your investigation on the subject or topics. But apart from that, there are many such areas are there where you need to analyze yourself. That is, collect information, collect the what are the sources of informations you are having. You need to interpret the data. Okay, and one of the most important thing of designing the research is to ensure the validity and the reliability. Okay, these two are the one of the most important part. Why? Because at the time of the while you are presenting your research work before the professors and all, they will going to ask you the questions on the basis of the topics that you have been selected and the basis of the subject you have done your research. And on the basis of that, they will going to ask you the questions, and if you are able to answer fruitfully, and if you can answer them with your satisfaction, then only they will going to approve the validity and the reliability of the research. Okay, apart from that, if you are unable to answer properly, correct way, then they will never ever going to submit accept your research. Okay, so this is one of the most important part. The At the end of the research, after presentation of the research, at the end they will going to ask you a lot of questions. Okay, every lot of professors are there, they will sit in the conference hall, and one by one your presentations will be in a ppt. After presenting your views, analysis, data, whatever you have prepared, finally they will going to ask you the questions. Okay, randomly they will going to ask, not a selective person, they will going to ask randomly, they will going to ask you the questions. And if you they feel that yes, you have satisfied your research work, you have done the research work very diligently, effectively, then only they will going to accept your research. Okay, so this one is very important. The research designing, so this one is very very important. Okay, research designing is uh, many based on many factors. I cannot explain you over online basis, but it is these areas, means research designing covers up lots of areas. Okay, not only you can stick to one places or one areas, but lot of areas it need to be covered. Okay, and every sectors or every areas you need to analyze, you need to interpret, and on the basis of that they will going to frame you the questions and you need to answer. Okay, this is the first one, is research designing. Then the next one is sampling the data collections. Okay, sampling the data collections. You know what the definition of a data? Data means collecting of information. Collective information is called data. So sampling data means how you are uh, providing the evidence of the topic that you have been selected. You need to provide the evidence, and how you need to provide the evidence through data. Through proper data, you need to give you the you need to give the evidence. Okay, and this one is very much important. Representing data. Okay, collective informations. Okay, but make one sure that the information should be relevant. Okay, relevant information should be there in your research. Choose appropriate information, choose appropriate sampling of technique of data collections method, so that the integrity of your research will be uh, good, so that the integrity of the study will be on a high. Okay, so make sure that sampling of data collection is very very important. If you are unable to provide the data fruitfully, if you are unable to provide the data what you have done in your research work, then they will never ever going to accept the research. Because the research means evidence based. Okay, research means you need to give the proper evidence of that. And if you only theoretical part is not acceptable, you need to provide on the side by side, you need to give data also. Okay, then only they will going to accept your research work. Okay, every area, suppose you are writing your research paper on marketing analysis or marketing management, some whatever you are sector is, they will going to ask you the proof of this data, the proof of this theory, the proof of this writing, the proof of this particular part from where you have collection, where you have collected. So how you going to present those things? You will need to present those things through informations, through proper assembling or through sampling of the data. Okay, so in research designing, sampling of the data plays a very crucial role. Okay, the last one is data analysis and interpretations. Data analysis and interpretations. After the collections process is over, after the collection of data, researchers, they must analyze, they must gather information, they must use appropriate statistical and qualitative techniques. Okay, then only you can going to have the data properly, then only you will going to have the interpretations of the results. Okay, so this one is very much important. The collections of the data, researchers, they must analyze, they must gather proper information, they must have you must have appropriate statistical qualitative technique. Okay, then only you will going to then only they will going to accept the data, otherwise they will not going to accept the data. Now what is the meaning of analyzing the data? Analyzing the data means, see, many journals are there which are of good journals. Sometimes they have been selected, those journals are selected in IEEE, Scoopers, okay, Google, these all are fine journals. Okay, these are all reputed journals. Okay, if your paper been published in these areas, in these sectors, or in this, okay, then only your paper will be considered as one of the finest paper. And apart from that, not only that, scale is there, scale A, scale B, scale C are there. Okay, they will going to give you the means, suppose you are submitting your paper, they will going to give you the position of your paper, where it should be in scale 1. Suppose rank 1 papers, rank 2, rank 3. Okay, you will going to have a provider scale. And to get a scale and to get your journal published in reputed areas, suppose IEEE, Scoopers, Index, okay, UGC Care, good journals are there, Decisions, these all are some reputed journals are there. Okay, so if you want to publish those journals in these areas, then you need to be very much careful, you need to be very much you can qualitative, you need to be analyze your data, you need to analyze your data informations what you are sharing. Okay, not only the paper passed only through one section screening. After screening, the initial screening, they will going to evaluate, they will going to what you can say, they will going to measure the importance of the paper, the importance of the abstract the importance of the subject that you have chosen, what will it going to create an impact in the society. A lot of parameters are there. Okay, lot of parameters are there. They will go through each and every parameters, and if they find satisfied, if they are satisfied whatever you have written, then only they will going to publish, otherwise the paper will be rejected. So here a lot of every day lot of people are submitting their journal in Scoopers, IEEE, Springers. These are all some reputed journals, but hardly they get published, hardly the papers are published. Okay, UGC care journals, they are hardly get they published hardly. Why? Because they means many of the journals, many scholars writing their journals without proper informations, without giving proper documentations, without proper collections of the data, without proper evidence, they are just writing and submitting anyhow. They want their journal to be published anyhow. Okay, so it cannot be possible. So if you want to design your research, these three sectors are very much important. Number one is designing, which is very much important. In this category, you need to collect informations, you need to collect the data, you need to do the effective research, you need to you must, whatever the questions they will going to ask, with the proper relevant answers you need to prepare. Okay, so this is the first format of research designing. After that, sampling and data collection. This one is another important. You need to sample the data, you need to collect the relevant data, you need to collect the proper informations, and on the basis of your proper information, your research work will be evaluated. And the third one is data analysis and interpretation. This one is the third important point, where the collection is, or the collection, the research, analyze, uh, information, statistics, these all will be scrutinized. Okay, these all data will be passed through many processes are there. They will going to check, recheck, evaluate, and after that, if they feel that yes, your paper can be fruitful for the society, then only they will going to publish. Okay, so this is called the designing of the research. Ma'am, please go to the next slide. Yes, ma'am, please go to the next slide, the last slide, if I'm audible. The last slide. Okay, this one is the, okay, designing of the research is the last slide. Please go to the next unit, that is unit 3. It is about the measurement. I think it is about the measurement. Please go to the next unit 3. We have already completed unit 1, unit 2, and now we are running in unit 3. We will enter into the unit 3. रेडी है? मैंने तो आपको भेजा है.
Yes.
Yes, I got it. The meaning of measurement. Unit 3, we will going to read about the measurement, types of measurement, effects of measurement, and all we will going to study. What is the measurement is all about? Simply measurement, it is a fundamental concept. Okay, This is a fundamental concept which involves the attributes of an object or phenomena using scale or unit. Okay. Now, measurement allow us to describe the world around us with the precision, enabling comparison, analysis, decisions making, where it is measuring the length of the table, the temperature of the room, or weight of the package. Measurement of empowers us better understanding inherent of our environment. These all areas comes under one umbrella, that is called measurement. It's all comes under one core. This all comes under one group or one part is called measurement. Okay, so measurement can be subdivided, measurement can be analyzed in areas. Sitting in the room, what is the measurement of the room you are sitting in your office? What is the area of cross section of your chair where you are sitting? What is the environment, measurements of the environment? Okay, what is the analysis of the environment? What is the package or weight of the packet? Okay, what is the temperature of the particular room? What is the length of the table? Each and everything there can be, it can be measured. Okay, this measurement is nothing na, it is simply the fundamental concept. Okay, and every day there is an involvement of measurement in our life. How much kilometers we are running, how much kilometers we are covering. Okay, this all comes under the measurement. And another important thing involves the phenomenon or even the standard scale. You need to measure if you want to measure the if you want to measure the what you can say, anything. If you want to measure the precisions or if you want to measure the length, you need to use a proper standard unit or scale. Okay, this all comes under one table. It's all comes under one format, which is called measurement. Okay, ma'am, please go to the next slide. Yes. Now, what are the errors in the measurement? During the measurement, what are the errors? Specific errors are there while measuring. Okay, what are the specific errors? See, listen. I have when I am preparing this slide, now I was a little bit elaborate these things. Okay, uh, in previous slides you have seen that in the research unit 2, in the research designing and all, I have prepared a medium. Not describing so much about the research work because it's a practical format. How can I explain it so much? Okay, it's all about the practical. Whenever you enter into the research field, you come to you move to experience. Okay, so that's why I have prepared a medium slides of medium contents. Okay, now the measurements is a very the content is very big and a lot of things are there. A lot of areas I need to cover up within a shortened period of time. So I prepared the slide a little bit lengthier, maximize. I expanded the slides, okay, so that it must be very much fruitful for you while appearing for your examinations. Okay, I have just prepared the slide from the examination point of view. Okay, so what are the errors in the measurement? See, measurement, although a powerful tool, is not without in limitation. Errors can arise from various sources, including the measuring instrument. Number one, measuring instrument. Suppose you are measuring a table or you want to measure a floor. If you want to measure a floor with a tape and all, measurement tape you want to wonder, there may be some you can say there may be some errors in the tape, in the measurement tape. Okay, so instrument can cause error while measuring. Instrument is number one important errors while doing measurement. Number two, the environment or measurement process itself, the environment. Suppose, for example, I want to give an example of this. Suppose you want to purchase some gold ornaments. You need to go to a jewelry shop. Now, what the jewelry shop used to do, you have already if you visit to a jewelry shop, you have already observed one important thing, that the person who is measuring the ornaments or measuring the gold ornaments, the beam balance where the ornaments are measured, that beam balance is covered with a glass. The whole beam balance is covered with a glass. Do you know why? Because the measurement of a gold can fluctuate with the environment, can fluctuate with the temperature, can fluctuate with the room temperatures or the temperature having inside the room. It can fluctuate with the ACs, with the fan and all. The temperature, the measurement, actual measurement will get fluctuates. So what the shop owner used to do, they cover the entire beam balance with a glass. It may be of plastic or it may be of anything. And when you measure, when they used to measure, they used to measure by covering the measurement scale. Why? Just to get the accurate measurement of the items or accurate measurement of the materials that you want. So the first important errors in the measurement can be of instrumental glitch. Okay, instrumental glitch can play an important part in error measurement. Now comes to the number 2 point is the environment is also another important factor I have mentioned, and the measurement process itself. Now systematic errors as a faculty calibrations or inherent biases in the instrument methods can lead to consistent deviations from the true value. Random errors, on the other hand, are unpredictable. Random errors are unpredictable, and fluctuations can be caused by the factors like temperature changes, vibrations, human factors like fatigue or inattentions. I have already mentioned you the example. I have already given you the example of the gold, measurement of a gold. And in measurement of this gold, why I have chosen this example, because these all criteria match the criteria of measurement of a gold. These all criteria can meet up the measurement of a gold. Temperature of a room, temperature of a scale, or the temperature of the measurement of a scale. After that, the person who is the salesman who is trying to measure your gold ornaments and all, they may have some problems. Air, environment, temperature, these all factors comes under one, that is the errors, random errors. Okay, this is called the random errors. And to rectify those random errors, this process, the salesman they used to, or the businessman, they used to follow this process. At least they can have a accurate measurement of a gold. Especially you can see these things happen while measuring the accurate measurement in the gold. Suppose you want to purchase some vegetables, you want to purchase some grocery items. When they measure, they never ever follow those principles. What is the temperature of a room? May the environment fluctuate. Maybe the temperature of the environment can cause some fluctuations in the measurement of the goods and all. They hardly follow those things. But if you are going to purchase some precious things, okay, then these factors will going to work. Now, identifying and minimizing this error is crucial for ensuring the accuracy and the reliability of the measurement. This line is very much important. That is why I have described this line. What is that? You need to identify the problems and try to minimize. See, you cannot be accurate in the measurement. Always approx will be there. The word approximately will be there. You cannot measure means accurately. You can minimize the errors which happens at the time of measurement. You can minimize those things, but you cannot erase completely the errors that happen during the measurement of any good. That cannot be possible. Yes, you can minimize. Okay, now the techniques such as the technique, what are the techniques to minimize the measurements? The techniques such as a repeated measurement they used to do. This one is very much important. Whenever you want to go to any shop to purchase golds and all, ornaments and all, you see many, not 2 to 3 times, more than 3 to 4 times they used to measure just to get the minimum accuracy, just to get the minimum accuracy. I'm using the word minimum word. Okay, just to get the maximum accuracy. Sorry, not minimum, maximum accuracy. Okay, this is one of the important errors. You can do this, you can remove through this. Another one is statistical analysis. You need to do a statistical analysis. Okay, you need to analyze the percentage, the weight of any good. You need to analyze that if the good is of this particular kilogram, then you need to follow the stats. Okay, previous goods, if of same quality, of same price, of same weight, what is the record of this particular good? This is the statistical way to analyze. Another one is use more and more precise instrument. The instrument which the you need to use, it should be have a precise, good quality instruments. Okay, not simple thing. Still now, if you go to now, electronic measurements are measurement instruments are available in the market, but come to before 5 to 10 years, if you see, they are using the beam balance. Still now, some old jewelry shops are there, still now they are using, or some small shop are there, still now they are using this beam balance. Okay, but if you go to a showrooms and all, they will have some electronic gadgets. They are using electronic measurements just to get maximum accuracy. Okay, so this is the things through which you can minimize the errors of the measurement which is being caused. Now, understanding the source of measurement errors and implementing the appropriate strategies to mitigate them with the key aspect of scientific and engineering practice. Okay, now for engineering practice and all, you need to observe one point. You need to observe at one point only how to minimize these errors in the measurement. And here, to minimize the errors in the measurement, you need to follow these frequent steps. Try to measure as many times as possible. If you're not satisfied, as many times as possible, you need to check. Okay, statistical informations of the particular good, you need to make it up. That approx of good, of this quality of good, of this weight, of this package, what will be the approx value, or what will be the approx measurement. Use proper good quality or good quality machines for measuring any things or any goods. So these are the simple 3 techniques through which you can minimize the errors caused during the measurement of any goods. Okay, is it clear? Now, ma'am, please go to the next slide. Yes, this is the next slide, that is the technique of measurement. The techniques of measurement. What is the technique of measurements? Let's see the technique of measurement. Now, measurement technique encompass a wide range of methods and approaches used to qualify various attributes or properties of object, phenomena, or process. These techniques can be broadly categorized into 2 main types: direct measurement and indirect measurement. Okay, so the technique of measurement comprises of 2 main types. Number 1 is direct measurement, number 2 is indirect measurement. Now, what is direct measurement? Direct measurement, which involve the use of instrument or device that directly interact with the object or property being measured. Okay, I try to be keep this topic as simple as possible. Okay, so that in my absence, if you read these slides, it will be very much clear to you. You can make a meaning of those slides. Okay, you can make a meaning of this, what you can say, of this particular slides. Okay, that's why I tried my best to keep as simple as possible. Okay, the language is very much lucid language I have used, so that at the time of preparations of your exam, for your examination and all, it will be much helpful for you. Okay, no needed to follow any dictionaries, no needed to google any words, no needed to do any other things, just to extract the meaning of this particular thing. I tried to keep it as simple as possible. So there are two main categories of measurements are there. Number one is direct measurement, and number two is indirect measurement. Direct measurement, which observe directly about the objects, about the involvement of instruments directly are there. Okay, so devices are these devices are directly interact with the objects being measured and used. Okay, now direct readout of display of the measurement. For example of direct measurement technique include use of rulers, scale, thermometer, stopwatch. These all comes under one roof, that is direct measurement. Now in the at the time of your examination, may the examiner will going to may the university you're going to ask you the questions that what are the, or give some examples of direct measurement techniques. So these are the examples, that is scale, thermometers, stopwatch, rulers. These give you the direct datas, direct measurement. Okay, now these methods are often straightforward and provide immediate result, making them suitable for many everyday applications. Now, direct measurement is very helpful and very suitable to use, very reliable to use. Why? Because on spot they will going to give you the measurement. Thermometer, on spot they will going to give you the measurement of a fever that anyone is having. Okay, stopwatch, they will going to give you directly the message of how much second, minute, hours you have taken to reach your destination. The next one is scale. The same thing, if you want how much meters in centimeters, they will going to give you the informations directly. This is called direct measurement. Now, what is indirect measurement? Indirect measurement, on the other hand, involve the use of mathematical or scientific principles to infer the value of a property that cannot be directly measured. These techniques rely on the relationship between the property of interest and other measurable variables. For instance, the volume of a liquid can be indirectly measured by observing the change in the water level in a graduated cycle cylinder. Indirect measurements techniques are widely used in scientific research, engineering, and complex problem solving scenarios. Okay, this is called indirect measurement. Measurement of a gas, measurement of water level, measurement of anything which you need to have some more experiments on this particularly. This all involve in indirect measurement, because suppose in a day you measure a gas, presence of a carbon dioxide or presence of any gas, oxygen or carbon monoxide in a cylinder, that can be have a fluctuating at the temperature, at the, you can say, at the time, at the environment, the temperatures or the measurement actually fluctuate. So indirect measurement is a very, you can say, a little bit of a longer process. Okay, you need to observe for hours and hours to get maximum accuracy. Okay, you need to go on measuring, okay, those things, level of water, level of the gases and all. Okay, through one reading it cannot be possible. Okay, indirect reading or indirect measurement needs to have more concentration, and it need to have more readings to get maximum accuracy. That is why this indirect measurements is used in engineering, is used in doing scientific research, or in doing some complex problem scenarios. Okay, so this is the technique of measurement. Always remember, there are two measurements. Number one is indirect measurement, number two is number one is direct measurement, number two is indirect measurement. What is direct measurement? Direct measurement, directly they are giving you instant messages, instant information of any particular, or instant measurement of any particular goods, thermometer, speed watch. Okay, scale. Indirect measurement, you need to have the observation for suppose for a longer period, you need to observe those measurements for a longer period. This is called indirect measurement. Suppose you want to mention the water level, if you want to mention the level of a gas and all, anything, level of a chemicals and all, measurement of chemicals, okay, measurement of anything else, liquid, this takes a very longer period. And that is why these all indirect measurements are very much scientific. Okay, because they are maximum accurate you can get at the time of measurement, while doing measurements and all. So this is the technique of measurement. Ma'am, please go to the next slide. Ma'am, please. Yes. Now, sample questionnaire items for attitude measurement. Sample questionnaire items for attitude measurement. Okay. See, measuring attitude, belief, and opinion is a crucial aspect of many research, studies, and survey. This also comes under feelings, emotions, intelligence, attitudes. This can also be measured, and these are measured through indirect measurements, because the studies cannot be proved in a day. These studies, these measurements cannot be done in a day. Okay, suppose, for example, why I am talking about this questionnaire attitudes measurement. Suppose someone is working in any multinational company. Okay, agreed. Now, the first day, at the time of joining or at the time of giving interview, that particular candidate may be fresher or experienced. He or she maintain all the etiquettes. He will maintain all the what you can say, groomings, all the disciplines, punctuality, behavior for that specific day. So what the interviewer used to do, the interviewer keep those candidate for a provision period of time. They will put those faculty, so those candidate, or maybe experienced, may experience something different, but for freshers, they put those candidate in a provisionary period. Provisionary periods, you need to observe and they need to be learned. Okay, this is called provisionary period. Now, in the observation part, lot of tasks are there where you will lose your temper. Am I clear? You will going to lose your temper, and they will going to check your level of attitudes, level of emotions, level of your IQ. They will going to measure. Yes, IQ, EQ, each and everything can be measured, but the measurement process will be in a indirect process. Some questions are there, relevant questions they will going to ask, which you feel little bit awkward, and you will feel don't want to give answers. You will come out of your shell, and you will show your attitude toward those questions. That also can be measured. That yes, this particular guy is a introvert guy, very extrovert or introvert, or very adamant type of guy, or very, this guy has having a very ego problem. This candidate have a very attitude problem. So what the companies or what the multinational companies used to do, they have specific measuring scale are there. that scale name is indirect measurement. And how they will going to measure your attitude, your eagerness, some questions they will going to ask. They will going to give you some task. Suppose, say for example, some companies are they are having a provisionary period, say max to max 6 months to 1 year. Okay, so for 6 months or 1 year, they will going to you will going to be under observation. What is your attitudes, how you work, what is the clarity of your work, how much percentage you can cover up if the task has been assigned to you. Okay, if loads are there, how you tackle the loads, how you talk with your superior. Okay, fine, so you can talk very politely with your superior, but how are you going to talk with your inferiors or your supervisors or your ground level workers? Each and every movements they will going to measure, and on the basis of that they will going to give you the appraisal. Okay, so the sample question attitude measurement means some questions are there through which you can, or anyone can measure the attitude, the eagerness, the temperament of the particular candidate whom you want to select for the job and all. Okay, now see, this is the gist I have told you. Now what is written over here? Measuring attitude, belief and opinion is a crucial aspect of many research studies and survey. Okay, now questionnaire items designed for this purpose often take the form of strengths, and that response can indicate their level of agreements or disagreement. With using a standard rating scale, these items can cover a wide range of topics, from personal preferences and values to opinion on societal issues and political topics. For example, a questionnaire item measuring attitudes towards environment conservation could state, I believe it is important for individual to take steps to reduce the environmental impact, such as recycling, conserving, and these all are the questions. Okay, I have mentioned at the side of this the questions. Okay, and I have give the ratings. One is for very high quality IQ, two is for medium IQ, not very medium, good IQ, one is for excellent. I have measured this scale. Okay, just for an example, I have given you. Suppose for I have rating the scale. One is excellent, two is very good, three is fair, four is okay, five is fail. Suppose now these five ratings are there. On the basis of these five ratings, you need to ask the question, and the way they answer the question, you will put the marks, you will put the ratings. Okay, so it will be much easier for anyone who is sitting for an interview, not only about the interview, who is going for the politics, who is sitting with on politics issues, who is going to give an interview, who is sitting with the, or any organization, if the particular person works, these questions are really very matter. See, the first question I have evaluated some, given some question also. I think news content without a source is probably true. What is your opinion? You need to give your opinion, and the basis of your opinion, the examiner will going to give you the marks or give you the ratings 1 2 3 4 5. The next question is, what the news story does not match the headline, it is likely to be accurate. Do you think, what is your opinion? You need to answer, and on the basis of your answer, you will going to get the ranks, 1 points, you will going to get the points. Okay, so these are the questions. You need to go through those questions. I have prepared a simple sample of questions. The questions may be of different type, of maybe of different categories, maybe from anything. I have prepared these questions of something of news anchoring. I have prepared these questions on the basis of news anchoring. Okay, so while doing news anchoring, you need to be very calm, quiet. You need to be very punctual, dedicated toward works, attitudes, your IQ, EQ, every sections or everything will going to work. So I have prepared this question on the basis of I have prepared these questions on keeping in minds on you can see news readers. Okay, now how you need to answer those questions, and on the basis of your answer, they will going to give you the points. Okay, so this one is very much important, that if the question comes, can the emotions, IQs, you can say belief, opinion, Attitudes, ego measure, yes, it can be measured. Different parameters are there, you need to follow those parameters. Okay, and on the basis of those parameters you can judge anyone that how the attitude of this particular guy is all about. Okay, so this is the way. Ma'am, please go to the next slide. Yes, scaling techniques and introduction. Scaling technique, what is the technique of scaling? Okay, look at the introduction part. Scaling technique are essential tool used in research and measurement to quantify and analyze complex phenomena. Complex phenomena. Okay, some points are there, some techniques are there which you need to do or measure at the time of doing, quantify or analyzing your research. This is called the most important or essential tool of doing any research. Okay, these techniques involve the systematic assignment of numerical values or scores to represent attributes, attitudes, or perceptions that cannot be directly observed or measured. Okay, so these techniques involve the systematic assignment of numerical values, systematic assignment of numerical values or scores to represent attributes, attitudes, perceptions, and cannot be directly observed or measured by applying scaling methods. So, research can transform qualitative information into quantifiable data, enabling them to conduct statistical analysis and draw meaningful insight. So, that is why scaling tool is very much important. Why? Because using this tool, you can measure your research work, you can quantify and analyze the phenomena of the research. Okay, using this technique, you can involve your systematic assignment to numerical values. I have told you, while indexing or while publishing your journal to some reputed journals, say for Springer, IEEE, Scoopers, okay, Google Scholars journals and all, if you want to publish, okay, these numerical scaling are there. They have a numerical scalings, scale A, scale B, scale C. These are all categories, and on the basis of this, your theories and your research work on the article you want to publish, they will going to measure your work, and finally they will going to put you the remarks that how much scale or how much percentage you qualify for this research work. Okay, now these are the some important scaling. Okay, number one is ordeal scaling, number two is interval scaling, and number three is ratio scaling. These three are very much important. Ordeal scaling means ranking the items or attributes in a specific order. This comes under ordeal scaling. Number three is interval scaling. What is interval scaling? Interval scaling means measuring the difference between point on scale. This is called interval scaling, means difference between points on a scale. On a scale basis, how much points you have acquired or how much points you get. Okay, this can be done through interval scaling. And last one is ratio scaling. Ratio means assigning the absolute value, okay, of the particular research you are doing. This comes under ratio scaling. So these three are very important. Number one is ordeal scaling, number two is interval scaling, and the third one is ratio scaling. Okay, these three are most important technique which through which by which you can, if you introduce in your research work, then you can in-depth your analysis of doing research. You can fruitfully accept your research work by the superiors. Okay, So here I'm stopping the class because the time comes I need to leave the campus. Okay, in my next session I will going to follow further. Thank you, have a good day.